Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that Marx 400 that arrived today. As you see, 12 bucks. The shell itself is in good, usable condition, missing the rear plate. That's easy enough to repair. And I've replaced the wheel on that motor. Here's the one that was on it. And if you notice, excuse me, see if I can get a shot of this. There is a crack in this in this wheel right there. Now, very likely that is where the moisture got in and started the galvanic reaction that destroyed this wheel. As you see, so it probably had been dropped. It could be a casting flaw. That was probably a very, very small hairline crack once. And the other wheels are not affected. It was just this one. So very likely that's where the moisture got in. And as soon as two dissimilar metals are immersed in a liquid, it forms a battery and you get galvanic action. And it just destroys the metal. It just literally turns to powder. I didn't even need the wheel puller to pull this off. I literally just put the wheel puller under it and it fell off. So anyway, got the new wheel pressed on, as you see. And this, surprisingly, is the result. 2 drops of oil. So this motor is running just absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to transfer it to the inside rail. There's no consist on there. This is running on DC, of course. We'll just take this up and let it run for a minute. Look at that. So I've done nothing to this except replace the wheel and added 2 drops of oil to the output shaft bearing and the brush plate bearing. Nothing else. I've done nothing else to this. I installed a light bulb in it. As you see, a single reduction motor that is running like new. It's had minimal runtime on it. It's just been sitting someplace for years and years and years. And when you're looking at 50 years or so to destroy this wheel. It takes a long, long time for this pot metal to start turning to powder. But as you see, this motor is up and running. 12 bucks on eBay. I was the only bidder on this. Now, I bought this strictly for parts. But if I can get a motor running, I don't tear it apart, especially when it runs as well as this one does. It has a working E-unit. The other 3 wheels are absolutely perfect and undamaged. It was only that left front wheel that had wheel rot and a really severe case of it. And of course I was the only bidder because it looked terrible. You know, I bought it for parts. And yet it's been here less than half an hour and this motor is running perfectly. So I've replaced that wheel. There's nothing else that needs to be done to it now except to run it. I'll put a rear plate and a tab and slot coupler in this shell. The shell's in decent condition, nothing wrong with it. It's not broken, no damage. And reassemble this, and I have a new Marx 400 for $12. And I had the satisfaction of repairing it myself. And that's why I always stress, don't overlook the junk. Even if I couldn't fix this, it's worth more than 12 bucks just in the parts. But as you see, this is running just absolutely splendidly. It's running like a new motor. There's nothing wrong with this at all. You know, if you have a supply of parts, you can fix anything you can find on eBay. And if you have a wheel puller and a wheel press, you can rebuild motors, you can assemble motors out of parts, you can repair anything you can find. Literally, you can repair anything you can find. It's really, really simple. And once you understand how these motors work, a child can fix these things. And that's the truth. They are that simple. And after a while, you've seen most of the problems that you'll ever encounter on a Marx motor. And many times you can put it on the rail, apply power, and know exactly what's wrong with it by what it does or what it doesn't do. But as you see, that's running perfectly. No problem with it at all. So 12 bucks on eBay. I'll have this finished and back in its shell in the next probably 20 minutes. So A Marx 400 for $12, single reduction motor in really, really decent condition. All I had to do is replace that left front wheel, and this is the result. This motor is running absolutely perfectly. It's quiet, it's smooth, it was dirt cheap, and you have the satisfaction of fixing it yourself. As you see, that's running just absolutely perfectly. So just a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.